Good evening, everyone. I would really love it if my computer remembered where my microphone was. Uh, Kalla here. and Today it's back to Twisted Wonderland for more glorious Masquerade. Um, and also for this very, very dapper Grimm, which I'm really hoping I get relatively early so that I can pull on Masquerade stuff. um, oh dear. And hello, Nick. Hello, Thomas. You've been getting really lucky on your pulls lately, haven't you? Haven't you, Nick? You got India as well. How does one a dragon? I mean, there's a bit of an overlap between dragons and cats, right? So maybe it just works the same way. Alright, shall we get into Grimm? And you know, Mickey. Right, my free tenfold. Yes, I was specifically thinking Toothless. I mean, the movie Toothless, anyway. I don't think Grimm's coming home this fall. Would have been nice if he'd just come home on the free pull, right? Now you see, he took you to pity because you called him a trash cat. Yeah, Thomas, that's really what I should have bought at the supermarket today, huh? Should have bought some tuna. Just pile a bunch of tuna underneath the phone. Alright. You're gonna make me use my gems, eh, Grimm? Hello, Sebek. Oh yeah, we've got to deal with Sebek today, haven't we? Again. How long's this part of the story, by the way? Since I'm pretty sure you guys have already done it. Hey, another one fully uncapped. "18 chapters, so that's slightly longer than the first part then. Cool. I'm pretty sure I've done all the relevant lessons. Pretty sure. I've lost count of how far I am into this. Is this multi-number 4? Hi Kay, how you doing? Ooh, I still need a few more of that ortho, huh? Yep, that was the 4th multi. Come on, Grimm. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You're sleepy, huh? I guess same. I need sleep. Well, we're halfway there. Come on, Grimm. Come on. I always wait for the mirror to start talking. It's like, I need to know what you're going to say. Ah, nice. You got most of your items now. I think I've made everything that's unlocked for book 1. Yeah, I also want to pick up more of the More of the platinum coins. I bought the background already. Because I did some gathering of them. But I want some more of the stuff. Come on, Grimm. Oh wait, I need to do singles now. I'm out of the ability to do multis. We're into single pull territories. I am gonna need to go savings mode again soon. Yeah, come on, Grimm. Food's waiting. Oh, there we go. Did I just have to save? Did I just have to mention food? Is that all I had to do? Why did he come home right when I mentioned food? You gluttonous little cat. Yes, now I need his groovy items and the guest room stuff, that is true. Hooray! Grimm is here. Okay, not quite all the way to pity. Only about almost 3/4 of the way. Alright. Single pulls till I hit Sebek? Yes, 4 gems left, exactly. Singles till I hit Sebek. For the sake of the SR collection. For a second I thought he'd come home in one. I was like, oh, an SR. Do. Single pulls take so long. Come on. Oh dear. Come on, crocodile, TikTok. Oh, I Hello, Idia! You're not who I was looking for, but I will take it. I'll take it. I did kind of want this card. Christmas came early. I can't believe that India arrived before Sebek did. What was that? Come on, Sebek. India's showing you up here. That's true, we do have a cat, don't we? There we go, this should be Sebek. There we go! Right. Sorted. I can't believe I got in here before I got Sebek. And that was a total of 10 pulls on this banner. Because I had 46 single keys before I started on this one. So I'll take it. Yep, one card apart from one another, yep. Alright, now we can get into the event. It's not everything, I still have 36 fulls. Melius might not come home. Alright. Glorious Masquerade Book 2, let's go. Let's see what kind of mischief our boys are gonna get into. So, the Azul, Deuce, and FL team. Yes, Heike, make sure that Melius has a good home. Riddles are cards in Melius's group. I mean, I'll be doing all of the groups today, so we'll get them. Now, I believe Group A consists of myself, Deuce, and FL, correct? Yes, sir. I'm ready when you are, Azul. Where should we start? Do either of you have anything you'd especially like to do? I'm not sure. I haven't actually been on many trips before. Same. But I guess I'd like to do something you can only do here. Rather vague answers, but not unexpected ones. I had a feeling you wouldn't have any specific ideas. You're in luck, though. I did research beforehand and formulated some plans. Now, if you ask me what should be prioritized on a trip, I would say... How on earth do you pronounce that word? Gustatory, probably. Right. I would say gustatory, olfactory, and tactile experiences. You can't get those through books or the internet, after all. I believe cuisine is the most efficient way to understand a local culture, since it develops according to the region's very soul. Yeah, I figured it was food related. But he could have just used culinary. What would the two of you say to that approach? I'm losing you both, aren't I? I'm suggesting we go eat some of the local foods. Oh, I get it now. Sounds good to me. I was just getting a little hungry. I'm up for that too. I trust you have the Fleur City maps you were given beforehand. Let's visit the busiest part of town first. Okay. I spy a boulangerie. we need to go there, Azul. Wow, just look at this place. It's incredible. You know, Harveston's in the Shaftlands too, but the streets and houses here look so different. I wonder if it's busy because of the festival. Oh yeah, okay, Thomas. The pretty masks as well. But as I said, we're here for food, so clearly we're going to the boulangerie. For bread and pastries. Right. Let's remind myself of my Rollo voice. Hardly. Fleur City is always bursting with life. Why, hello there, Rollo. You have impeccable timing. We were hoping to sample some of your iconic foods to better acquaint ourselves with the city itself. Well, if I were to name something representative of our city, it would be bread, I take it. I did a little research on your fair city before we left. Oh, very industrious of you. It's nothing so grand, really. Would you be willing to recommend a bakery to us? Wait, bread? I mean, I like bread as much as the next guy, but we can get that anywhere. Hard to imagine this as an iconic food. Apple. Yeah, I don't know. The breads from the cafeteria and school store are great, and what I can get in the Queendom of Roses is just as... You smell that? Buttering up Rollo. Oh dear. Oh dear. Whoa, something smells amazing. It's making me super hungry. Me too. It hit me the moment I caught a whiff of that goodness. I detect a strong scent of butter as well as the present aroma of bread baking. There's a long-standing bakery I'm rather partial to nearby, and it smells like they just finished baking a fresh batch. Let's pay them a visit. Yeah, bread! Baguettes. Whoa, check out all the pastries! This is like 10 times bigger than any of the bakeries on Sage's Island. Actually, it's probably more like 20 times bigger. They do have a surprisingly large selection. We have a long tradition of bread baking in Fleur City. Our flour has been milled by a windmill on the edge of town since the old days. Our bakers use the freshest flour, which shows in the final product. There are a number of famous bakeries here. More recently, they've started using a watermill on the Soleil to mill flour as well. Demand creates supply, and supply creates demand. A truly wonderful cycle. Yeah, you would say that's now that I know every step of the process is done here, I'm even more interested in trying some. I'm pleased to hear it. It's a privilege to be able to provide you with a glimpse into our culture. Honestly, I could skip the history lesson and just bite into a whole honkin' loaf right now. Same Ethel. Fresh, warm bread. Yeah. Come now, shouldn't you boys be taking this time to learn about Fleur City? I'm sure Riddle and Vil impressed upon you what a valuable learning opportunity this is. It's not all fun and games. Okay, that wasn't me. Me either, which means that the bottomless stomach has arrived. Or it's Azel. I thought for a second Grimm was here. Hello, which type of bread would you suggest we try? You shall change the subject quick. Who knew Azel's stomach could be that loud? I would suggest these. Croissant. That's not bread! Croissants? They look a little plain compared to the other pastries, unlike the ones filled with fruit and chocolate. Croissants are special, though. They're filled with nutrients that invigorate the townsfolk's minds and bodies. And they are far superior to typical loaves of bread or baguettes. Their taste is simply incomparable. I mean, personally, I'd prefer a baguette. But, I always make a point of having a croissant on special occasions. After such a ringing endorsement, I feel I must try one. Oh, it's still warm, and it smells great. I just can't wait down the hatch. I mean, to be fair, croissants are probably a lot better fresh and warm. I don't think I've ever had a fresh one. It's fantastic! What a distinctive wheaty flavour! I believe I'm tasting a blend of bread flour, cake flour, and whole wheat flour. They need a bit of jam. Yeah, they can be kind of dry, right, Nick? So that's why I was thinking maybe they're a bit better when they're fresh and warm. Fresh butter and aromatic dough form layers, which gives the pastry an unbelievably light, crispy texture. Nutella, yes, Heike. Yes. That is my preference over jam. But I mean, if you're gonna get chocolate with your croissant, then you might as well just get a pan of chocolate anyway. Because it's basically the same thing. Probably. The sweet glaze on top brings out the natural sweetness of the dough itself, all accentuated by a rich, salty butter flavour. I could eat a whole plate of these. I'm already eating one, but Hazel's just making me hungrier. I'm gonna get another. Me too. In fact, I'll get 2 more. You two sure have healthy appetites. What can I say? They're super good. You could get another too, Hazel. Okay, that's fair, Thomas. If you want milk chocolate rather than dark chocolate, that's fair. That's alright. I prefer a more systematic approach to my energy intake. Besides, I wouldn't want to fill up purely on bread. This place has wheat in abundance, and you know what that means, don't you? What? What are you suggesting, Hazel? Nope, I don't follow. Neither do I. Go on and tell us, Hazel. Wow, you're so honest. Maybe too honest. Being around you is throwing me off. It's probably because we don't run in the same circles. I was implying that Fleur City is also known for its sweet confections. Ah, you want cake, Hazel. Well, yeah. You gotta get the pastries, too. Indeed we are. You really have done your research. There's a popular patisserie nearby. Allow me to take you there. Boulangerie and patisserie are separate buildings, huh? That is a very good idea, Thomas. A very good scene. Here we are. I can smell the sugar. Oh look, Trey's made me these things before. They were unbelievable. What were they called again? Financiers. Ah, those are also really good. They're made with wheat flour, almond flour, and browned butter. You can just see how buttery they are. I imagine they're a bit calorie-dense. They taste as rich as they look, quite befitting given the name financier. I think there's a little bit of a difference between them and Madeline's, but I'm not sure what the difference is, Nick. I like both. And they are very similar. I think Madeline's are a particular shape, right? Is that the difference? You see how they look like bars of gold. They say those who eat them will line their pockets with riches. Riches, huh? That sounds like the perfect treat for you, Ethel. I don't believe in leaving things to chance, but I suppose doing something for good luck couldn't hurt. What's the difference? Oh, there's a world of difference between simply hoping for providence while doing nothing, and covering every possible base. I think I get it, maybe. It means there's no point in crossing your fingers and hoping for a good grade on a test if you didn't bother studying for it. Rollo, are any of these treats supposed to improve test scores? I'm afraid not. Oh, too bad. Isn't that just terrible, Deuce? Ugh, I can't even argue with that. A lesson learned, then. If you can't take the heat, get out of the patisserie. But if you're ever truly in need of help, my doors are always open. While we don't have any academic panaceas, we do have many other sweets. Lately, I've noticed gluten-free confections growing more common. This right here is their best seller. Are those? Yes, are those, indeed. Are those macarons shaped like bells? Whoa, are those macarons? They certainly are, though a little oddly shaped. They're shaped like bells. They're meant to look like the Bell of Solace. Ah, of course. They're small enough that I could just pop one in my mouth. I think I'll have one. I want a bell-shaped macaron. It's nice and sweet. I should bring some back for the guys in Hearts level. Unfortunately, macarons don't keep well. They're a treat people can only experience when they visit here. Yeah, that's fair, Nick. It doesn't need to be bell-shaped. Macarons are just good. The yellow colour was a good choice to evoke the bell. And the ganache filling is as refreshing as it is delicious. Ah, and I believe those are little nuggets of dried grapes and apples in there too. They look like colourful jewels. Apples, huh? Also, dried grapes. They have a name, Basil. They're called raisins. Ethel's probably happy with the apple in there, right? They're definitely good, but not filling at all. Why do you look so unimpressed, Ethel? I thought macarons were your favourite food. How do you know that? That's because Azel's been spying on you all, Ethel. Likes and dislikes are the first thing you should look into when you want to get closer to someone. But was my intel mistaken? Would you prefer something with a stronger flavour profile? No, I'm good. I think. Excellent. Then my intel bears out. That is indeed called stalking. Go on, FL, have as many as you'd like. Thanks. Mafia fish, yep. Is this a general store? That's right. Go on and have a look around. It looks like the perfect place to do some souvenir shopping. True, perhaps I'll pick out a few things for the Octagonal students. What's with that reaction? It's rather rude, you know. Azel? Buying souvenirs for students? What's so surprising about that? You're going to actually give them away for free? That's generally what you do with gifts, yes. What did you two take me for? Yes, the idea of him being nice is just so... I'm capable of caring for my fellow Octagonals. This is a fine chance to convey my gratitude to them. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Sorry for suggesting otherwise. Golly, Vil said you were greedy and told me to be careful around you. But you're a caring housewarden, Azel. Just so, I'm a very caring housewarden. Though I never said I wouldn't expect anything in return. What's this? Wooden blocks with letters on them. Those are study aids for children. Building blocks to help them learn the alphabet. There's a letter on one side and then a word starting with that letter on the opposite side. Children in Fleur City use them all the time. Neat! Let's see what kind of words they have. Apple for A, baby for B. That's cute. And for F, festival. There's a picture of children playing at a festival under the word. They're easy to understand and fun to look at. Yeah, I bet little kids would love these blocks and learn a lot from them. In the past, lessons were more demanding. Children had to study much larger and more complex words. Thomas, you suggesting that Azel buys Floyd alphabet blocks? But people complained that the curriculum was too hard for children to understand. So nowadays, building blocks with simple words are more common. It's deplorable, really. So these are building blocks. We don't have them in the Coral Sea. What fascinating toys. Oh, wait, you don't use building blocks under the sea? I mean, they've probably been knocked over by currents. Deuce. Or that. No, wood doesn't tend to last long underwater. They're not common. We do have study aids made from shells, though. Do all land children play with building blocks? Yes, I suppose when I'm thinking about it, pretty much anything you're gonna make those alphabet blocks out of, it's probably gonna float, isn't it? You'd have to make them out of, like, rocks, and at that point it's a bit dangerous. Nah, I don't remember playing with any. I mean, I might have just forgotten, but Mum says I always loved playing outside. Yeah, my family says I was always big on sledding and climbing trees. Lots of outdoor stuff. You're both so active. Even if I'd been born on land, I doubt our paths would have crossed. Well, I still need to find a souvenir that would be easy to hand out to a large group. I'll look around a bit longer. Azul just wants to buy lots of one thing, huh? Certainly. I'll take my leave then. I should go check on the others. Thank you for so kindly showing us around. I'm sure we'll see more of each other later. Oh no! They're unsupervised! Well, we've eaten our fill and procured souvenirs. Let's stroll over to the festival grounds, shall we? Okay. Oh man, that's a lot of stalls. I see fruit, vegetables, bread, fish, processed meats, cheeses. I even have antique shops as well. I suppose there are no restrictions on what shops can sell here. One could do brisk business if they planned well and avoided competition. There is no shortage of customers either. Yes, what a fine place for trade. You always see things as a seller rather than a buyer, huh? Of course. I have to keep a sharp eye out at all times, or I could miss a golden opportunity. Oh, hey, if it ain't Deuce's group. Oh good, they're supervised again. Hello, Group A. Are you enjoying yourselves? Why, hello, Professor Train, and greetings to you as well, Kalla and Grimm. Yes, we're having a most enlightening time. I do so enjoy fieldwork. You find anything interesting? Oh yes, we found the perfect study aids for Deuce and FL. Ooh! Oops. Sorry for the hiccup there. That wasn't meant to happen. What are you... Wait, you're not talking about the building blocks, are you? Don't believe him, Kalla. That's just Azul's idea of a joke. Were you about to walk around this street? We could join you if you'd like. I'd be delighted to have your invaluable guidance, Professor Train. By all means do. Welcome aboard. Oh, hey, that stall there sells accessories. What's this? Ah! That's a familiar shape. Looks like a necklace. The pendant's a wooden frame with some kind of netting inside. What's an odd design? You thought that's how Juice would react, flustered and hiccups. Yeah! It is missing a piece, you're right, Thomas. But that's because this one doesn't need to guide people to anywhere. It's just a dinky rock in the center. Boring. My ribbon looks way cooler than that junky necklace. You're really into your outfit, huh? Let me see that. Ah, that's a classic Fleur City charm necklace. Well, well, I took you for a tourist, but you know your stuff. Oh, anyone my age would know that. What's the charm supposed to do? There's an old saying about it. When you wear this woven band, you hold the city in your hand. Interesting. So when someone wears it, that's not what he means at all. They become rich enough to buy a city? Do I have that right? Well, hard to say. Nobody knows what that's really supposed to mean these days. So no one knows what it does? That's kind of a letdown considering it's a charm. Right? Yeah, I mean seriously, these guys have been up to a high place and looked at the city from above. You think they'd notice the shape, right? I recall more stalls carrying them the last time I was here. Yeah, well, they're kind of hard to explain, and they went out of style a while ago. Nowadays, tourists barely know what they are. They're more for locals than anyone else. A curious design with a cryptic meaning. They'd get a kick out of that. I think I'll pick up 2 for Jade and Floyd. So you're getting souvenirs for them too? More like compensation for minding the dorm while I'm out. The necklaces are suitable and not too expensive. For students of a prestigious academy, they're not that bright. No, no, they're not. Say, Kalla, are you and Grimm buying any gifts for people? Well, yeah, we've got some friends who aren't here, so... But do I think this is a good gift for the people that we've left behind? No. Still looking for just the right thing. It's always wise to be careful. Do let me know if you find anything particularly memorable. I might consider picking it up for myself. I'm good as long as I can eat my weight in snacks. But hey, maybe I'll get Ace something if I feel like it. Aw, Grimm, you have a friend. I mean, the necklaces are nice, but I want to see what else is available. So your group has been exploring the city in a systematic manner, following Ashen Grotto's lead. And it sounds like Spade and Fermier have been both cooperative and eager. We should be on our way, but keep up your learning. Consider your knowledge a prize you'll take back to school. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again when we have to meet up. Oh no, they're unsupervised again. We've still got time before then, right? What else can we do? How about... Deuce, FL. Yes? Here, these are for you. I picked them up when I bought the necklaces. Really? What a pretty bag. Oh, there's a pencil in here. Oh, look at the little goat. The little goat doodle, it's so cute. Apple's is red and mine is yellow, huh? Those aren't the right colours for these two, Hazel. Wait, these are gifts for us? Yes, they are. What's the catch? There is none. I bought them to commemorate this day. Oh, there's definitely a catch, Hazel. We know you. Really? Wow, that's so nice of you. I feel like since you got it for me, it'll help me study better. Yeah, same. I'm feeling better about my next test grade already. I'm surprised though. I didn't expect you to get us a gift. Apparently, the local company that makes them has been doing so for ages. They're meant for sketching, but I tried one out and it felt nice to write with. I hope they'll give you the motivation to apply yourself to your studies. Based on colour theory, huh, Thomas? Yeah, I guess that's not something I'm very good at. So... Thank you. You're so easy to talk with, Hazel, and you've got a great sense of humour too. I actually thought you'd be more intimidating. Yeah, I'm glad I'm in Group A now. To think one little pencil was all it took to soften them up. My plan was to befriend some trusting freshmen, so the next few years at school would be easier. But these two were alarmingly credulous. I can only imagine how rough Vil and Riddle have it. You two make me fear for Night Raven College's future. Huh? Why is that? I'd like you both to ponder that very question. Azel's just like, you two are far too nice for this school, you know? Now let's move on, shall we? There's more to see and only so much time. Lead the way. Alright. Let's go see Group B then. India, Rook, Silver, and Ruggy. Fieldwork is just a fancy term for unstructured wandering time. Absolutely terrible for loners. Still, it's better than when teachers go, okay, time to make your own groups. But not by much. Anyway, the team. Oh yeah, sorry, because it's not Team B, is it? It was Group A, Team Star, and Group 1, right? I forgot. Anyway, the Team Star members are... we. You! Greetings! What? I still haven't done my my French accent practice for Rook, I'm sorry. Greetings, Rat de sa chambre. Team Star consists of yourself, Silver, Ruggy, and moi. Ah, such a bright smile. Sheer extrovert aura is no joke. Yeah, the aura appears to be sparkling. If only Azel were here to balance it out with some shadiness. Oh, you think it's too bright out? I guess the brim of your hat isn't that wide. That won't do at all. Would you like to borrow my hat? Rook, unless you mean your regular hat. I don't think it's gonna help. That beret isn't gonna give much more shade. Wow, Rook, you're as oblivious as Callum. Reminds me of our good old facepalm brigade. Oh, hey, Ruggy's got some shade going on underneath his athletic exterior. But is it just me, or are we all talking on different wavelengths? What are we? An adventuring party from an isekai transmigration light novel? I can't make heads or tails of what you say either, you know. I've got a feeling this group's a train wreck in progress. Agreed. Agreed, Ruggy. Well, what would everyone like to see in the city? I want to check out some of the local handicrafts and specialty goods. After all, we're having a feast. Read, free meal tonight. Ian Thomas, only one person in this story got isekai'd, at least. And they're not currently in this party. Are you looking for souvenirs? I was hoping to buy one for Lilia myself. Perusing popular products could provide an insight into Fleur City itself. I like that idea. Yeah, I'd like to pick up something for Otho while we're exploring too. I want to get the main quest out of the way fast. That way our job here will basically be done. Our job is attending the social. The social's already begun for me. Oh, idiot. Sounds like we've got a consensus, so let's get questing. Time to hit the road. Yes, let the quest begin. Oh, how stunning! You can just feel the history emanating from the city streets. Not to wonder not to mention there are flowers growing everywhere. How fragrant Fleur City is. Beauty, flowers, colours, light, festivities. The sheer sparkliness is overwhelming. Yes, it truly puts me in a lively mood. Pretty much everyone around here is dressed like us. I thought we'd stick out like sore thumbs, but nope, we look right at home. I desperately want to get this walk over with as soon as possible. No, I desperately want to get this walk over with as fast. Oh, yeah. How am I messing up this one line? I desperately want to get this walk over with as fast as humanly possible. So, hey, the map says there's a flea market in this area. That could cover all of our needs. Interesting, we should check it out. Ah, what a lovely flea market! The splendour of the colourful tents makes my heart go pitter-patter. Oh, yeah. Wonder what kind of finds I can dig up. Oh, hey. Someone dropped their hat. Whoa! It's filled with coins! You're right. It's an upside-down hat with coins inside. Yeah, that's not dropped, Ruggy. They're in front of every shop. Okay, I know what's going on here. Someone lost this. Wouldn't it be best if I picked it up? Ruggy, have you never seen a street performer in your life? Somehow I doubt it'd make its way back to its owner, lol. Surely you're not thinking of pilfering the contents of that hat. Oh good! Supervision. This team desperately needed that. Ah, bonjour! Roi de Monsieur... No? Roi de... No. Mouchoir? Is it? He is a street performer. That's... yeah. My friend with the ornate handkerchief. Were you by chance addressing me with that Ra title? Oui, but of course. He's asking because there's nothing of course about it. Don't worry, we're not trying to steal anything. Ruggy thought someone lost this and wanted to return it to its owner. Silver, you're a very good boy, but Ruggy was absolutely intending to steal that. Yeah, I resent that accusation. Oh, is that so? I beg your pardon, then. No one lost it. People put their money in those hats when making purchases. Wait, so, like, these beaten up old hats are their cash registers? Indeed. That is incredibly trusting. Have these people even heard of security? Pardon? It's a long-standing Fleur City tradition. There's a saying that if you place a hat upside down and put money in it, the money will find its way back to you in no time if it ever gets lost. So people just leave hats full of money out in the open? I know the shopkeepers can see them, but anyone could swipe one and run. This must be a real safe part of town. Indeed it is. We pride ourselves on the practice. It's like a symbol of how peaceful we are. The whole place would go bankrupt if someone like Ruggy set up shop here. I take that as a compliment. Yes, well... Sadly, we still get ill-mannered outsiders visiting our city, especially around festival time. So the people in town always form a city watch to keep the peace this time of year. See that figure standing under those lights, and the one in the front of the building behind us? They're part of it. The way they stand does remind me of guards. Yikes. Good thing you told me all this now. The City Watch is made up of volunteers who are inspired by the righteous judge. Tales claim the righteous judge was an ardent proponent of improving city security during his time. It's a wonderful thing. We must deter any and all wrongdoings. Agreed. When someone does something wrong, it's important to give them a chance to reflect on their mistakes. Silver, I don't think that's what he meant. Wouldn't it be easier to set up security cams and sensors rather than having people stand guard around town? No, idiot, because if it's people, they can just go grab the person immediately. Seems to me like digital solutions could manage their money and peacekeeping efforts more effectively, while letting everyone rest. Then again, I guess you're not supposed to change up traditions. That's like the whole point. It's simply marvellous how your peaceful city of happy residents instills its citizenry with a sense of diligence and pride. Yeah, cameras are great if you intend to catch them later. But they're not much good for catching them now, right? Well, let's take a look around at what's for sale, shall we? Bonjour, monsieur. What fine weather we're having. A perfect day for treasure hunting, is it not? Bonjour, yes, I agree absolutely. Have a look at whatever you like, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Oui. So, are you from the Shaftlands, Rook? Non, my homeland is the Sunset Savannah. Then how are you fitting in so well? Yeah, the way you act, it's like you were born and raised here. You honor me. It is because of how bright, friendly, and beautiful the people of this city are. I read up a bit on Fleur City beforehand and found that it's practically bursting with art. Yeah, definitely Rook's people, right? One of my favorite plays is set in this very city, in fact. The potential new discoveries I could make set my very soul aflame. Hey Rook, which play is that? Too much energy. I can't deal. Ah, and we have stumbled upon some beauteous works already. Look at the tiny wooden figures on display here. No, sorry, on sale here. Are they not delightful? Oh, look, it's a little Quasi and Esmeralda. Cute. Ah, neat. Those are some real old-fashioned toys. I see a lot of similar figures at the other stalls as well. You want the little figures, huh, Thomas? They are cool, right? Yes, they're one of our traditional crafts. No one knows their exact origins, but people have made them for a long time. Old wooden figures have been found within our school's bell tower as well. Oftentimes they're sold with miniature wooden houses. Oh, you're right, there are model buildings for sale too. They're pretty big. This one is a model of Nobel Bell College. See the bell tower in it? This one here looks familiar to me, and so does this one. Why, they're identical to the view we saw from the bell tower. It's a miniaturized version of the entire city. Delightful. Yeah, if Rook saw the charm necklaces, Rook would know what they were. Neat, but they're still just chunks of wood, right? I mean, kids' toys are usually pretty cheap. Now, just wait a minute, Ruggy. Whoa, jeez, I didn't know you could yell that loud earlier. Look closer, see the joints? What's this about joint locks now? The shoulders, elbows, and wrists are all articulated parts designed to be moved. Yes, that's a more modern one. They used to be carved whole from blocks of wood. But over time, a demand for greater levels of detail arose, so they began making the parts separately, so I'm told. Both techniques take serious craftsmanship. These figures are incredibly detailed, Ruggy. Idia has found something to nerd over. And so? This isn't some garage kit, it's a fully scratch-built from wood. I've never seen anything like this before. So? These have to have been made by some famous master craftsman. Don't care. Wood's still just wood. If it's not valuable, I'm not interested. Hey, don't knock it! A detailed figure like this could fetch hundreds of Thor marks easy. Huh? Well-made figurines aren't just toys, they're works of art. You wouldn't believe the premiums they can go for. These ones here are a few Thor marks each. Are you saying I could get 100 times that on resale? Or even more? Okay, you've piqued my interest. Tell me all about them. I'll get some for Ortho too. Oh, good. I'm glad Idia's enjoying himself. He's been so quiet, I was worried he might be feeling under the weather. Aw, Silver! Thank you, Rollo. Well, that wasn't the point I was trying to make, but still. Yeah, I agree, Heike. Handcrafting articulated figures from wood has got to be so much work. What's that sparkly thing at the next stall? Ah, it's a glass mobile. Very pretty. And they're popular here. People like to hang them in windows. That said, we don't normally buy ready-made ones. You don't? You mean this is handmade? Indeed. Each household makes their own from scrap materials they collect. This stall's selling handmade goods for tourists, no doubt. The ones people craft at home are made from used bottles, broken dishware, extra decorations, and so on. They're so beautiful it's hard to believe they're made from what is essentially junk. I find there's a certain modesty in their bright shine. A fine decoration, wouldn't you agree? Such beauty! The sunshine takes on different hues when shining through the glass. The red of passionate lips, the yellow of a freshly bitten nectarine, the green of early summer trees, the blue of the soleil. It's a kaleidoscopic stained glass that shifts when viewed from different angles. I should get one for Bill. You see the world through the eyes of a poet. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, Rollo. Yeah, now that was some good shopping. What's this you're all looking at, Rook? Rollo told us it's glass. Isn't it pretty? Oh, man, I was hoping for gems, not glass. Never mind, interest gone. Ruggy, on the other hand, is a mammonist through and through. It's rather relaxing to listen to the glass pieces clinking together. It sounds like you've taken a shine to it, Silver. Perhaps you could pick one up as a souvenir. I considered it, but I think Father would prefer something flashier and more fun. Oh, getting something for your dad, huh? Are you actually going to ship it back home? It's good to honour your parents. It's not part of the flea market, but there's a store with handcrafted goods a bit further up. Some of their wares are entertaining. I imagine he'd enjoy the selection there if he likes flashy things. Allow me to show you the way. Here's what I'd recommend. Handkerchiefs. I don't think that's something Lilia would want. Are these handkerchiefs? Plain blue handkerchiefs? No offense, but these look way more basic than those glass mobiles. But there's a trick to them. Shopkeep, I'd like to buy one of these. Sold! Here you go, sir. Now observe. Get down! Whoa! I thought that sharp noise was some kind of attack. Looks like it was just red smoke and confetti. Another item you want. You clearly need to go shopping in Fleur City, Thomas. Ooh la la, that startled me. Silver just tackled and covered us in one swoop. What kind of guy just busts off out an Adonis move like that so instinctively? What was that? Thank you for giving me the exact reaction I expected. In fact, it was even better. This is a type of firework. When you blow strongly into the handkerchief, it sets off a noisemaker and smoke. My, how curious! I didn't feel any heat from it, yet it still generated noise and smoke. Does it use magic rather than gunpowder? I gotta admit, hiding a trick like that in a plain old handkerchief is pretty rad. Can you imagine handing one of those handkerchiefs to someone who needed to sneeze? Can you imagine? What would you even use it for, though? Oh, children use these to play pranks on one another. I'm told some also use them as a distraction so they can run from grown-ups who are scolding them. It's pretty well made for a basic prank. I love this kind of stuff. It's flashy, loud and fun. Sounds like it ticks all the boxes for you, Silver. I don't know, man. It's a kid's toy. Would it really be good for a dad? When your dad is Idia. Yes. You're right, Idia. This would make a fine gift. It would? Father loves surprising people. I'm sure he'd enjoy a unique handkerchief like this one. Your dad sounds like one playful dude. I am waiting for the day that Idia discovers who his online buddy is. He is. A bundle of fun and cheer all around. Shopkeep, I'd like to purchase this. I'm glad you like it. I'm always happy to help someone do something nice for their parents. I should go check up on the others. Merci, Rollo. Our walk with you has been most entertaining. Yeah, thanks. You think about the end of chapter 7, huh? Has chapter 7 finished yet in JP? Or is it still going? I'm guessing it's still going. I'm wondering if we're going to get the start of it next month, maybe. Because that would be about the time Japan started to get it, right? After this. Well, we all got what we wanted, and with plenty of time to spare. Yes, we don't have to meet up with the others quite yet. What should we do next? What's that noise? Is that Idia's stomach? Phew, I feel alive again. Yeah, what are you drinking, Idia? Famous Fleur City grape juice? It's grape-tastic. Why? Oh, when did you even buy that? And who ditches their group just to get a drink just for themselves? You're a junior. You're supposed to be more mature. Dude, you don't have to go full aggro on me. Unlike you guys, my stamina's non-existent. My fatigue meter is beyond maxed right now. So I was replenishing my sugar and water before I keeled over. Wouldn't want you guys to just leave me collapsed on the street. That looks good. I was just getting thirsty myself. Likewise, perhaps we could all go get some drinks. This is gonna be Grimm, right? Count me in. I hear someone behind us. Oh, hey there, Grimm. And Kalla and Professor Train. I'll admit I was a bit concerned when I saw the roster for Team Star. But I can see you're all out and about doing fieldwork as a proper group. Yeah, more or less. Just barely. We were about to go buy some grape juice. Idia was telling us about it. Oh, that's a fine idea. Fleur City grapes are delicious. Kalla, you should try some as well. I say we join them. Welcome back, Thomas. Well, here's where I got my grape juice. Let's see. Grapes for sale, available for eating by the bunch. We can also juice them for you, the choice is yours. Whether enjoyed whole or as a drink, you'll see why they're the jewels of our city. You'd even break the 5-second rule for them. Not if I dropped them on the floor outside, I wouldn't. That's what the signboard says. And I note they do in fact sell baskets of fresh grapes. I suppose people just stroll around eating them. How unusual. Sounds like they choke on the seeds that way. That's why I always make sure to chew them real good. Or they could be seedless grapes. That's a thing. What a tough choice. Fresh grapes or grape juice? What are you gonna get, Kalla? I think I need a drink, so the juice. Yeah, good choice. Your hands don't get all messy with juice, and it's an easier way to get all the nutrients. Idia, how are you getting your hands messy with grapes? Plus, they juiced the whole grape, skin and all. The vendor was real pushy about it, actually. They were like, the skin's where the good stuff is, you gotta have the juice. That's a good point. You could use all the nutrients you can get, Idia. You all just made it harder to decide. Now I want both. He's the last one to talk about eating healthily. As much as I'd like to buy you both, it wouldn't be fair to the other students if I did. You must be judicious with the funds the head mage gave you. Aw, teary-eyed Grimm. Never fear, Grimm. I shall pay for my dear underclassmen. Aw, thanks, Rook. Whoa, for real? Nice, you're the man, Rook. Huh? Okay, I'll pay too. Oh dear, my apologies, Idia. Have I overstepped and put undue pressure on you? This is simply my way of showing gratitude to our group for spending the day with me. Think nothing of it. That only adds to the pressure. Here. I mean, it's not like a few drinks are going to break the bank for me anyway, so, I'll cover half. You will? Thank you. Sweet, now I can get both. Yes, Rook and Idia do indeed have the funds. That's for sure. Thanks a ton, guys. I'm greatly humbled by your generosity. Hunt and Shroud, you've both shown laudable consideration. I hope the rest of you appreciate it. You bet I do. Idia, Rook, you guys rock. Thanks a bunch. Ruggy will accept anything for free. Yeah, that's true, Heike. The fact that he's like, I'm buying you these things to thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, it does make it sound a bit like, oh no. I'm gonna start with the juice. Now that's a tart one. It goes down so smoothly. Perhaps because it's a concentrated juice, the rich grape flavour is enhanced. But in any case, it's delicious. Grapes are rich and satisfying on their own as well. Wow, it's like sweeter than sugar. I've never had grapes this sweet before. The vendor told me they've got vineyards outside the city. That's right. Grapes are one of Fleur City's specialty crops, and they're a popular thing to give loved ones. Even now, the people running the vineyards selectively breed their grapes to try and create better varieties. So I could eat even better grapes next time I'm in town? Already planning your next visit, huh? You might be getting ahead of yourself, Grimm. That was a real treat. We'll be checking on the other groups now. Do continue learning, everyone. Thank you for the lovely time, Professor Train. And, of course, Kalla and Grimm, too. See you soon. Later. Well, yeah, Thomas, I mean that they're clearly not old enough to drink wine. Next time, huh? I gotta make sure Arthur can try some of these grapes then. And for that, right now. Okay, what do we check out next? I'm down for more food if you guys are paying. I'd like to thank you all as well, actually. Please let me know what you want and I'll help you find it. Truly, then would you assist me in finding souvenirs for everyone? Right now, I just have to make it through these next few extrovert-filled days. Alright, next team, huh? Team 1. I need to go get some more water before this, though. So I will be right back. And I'm back. It's Melius, Sebek, Riddle, and Jamil. Sebek. Group boring. Sebek, why do you shout all the time? Group 1, assemble! You don't have to shout at the top of your lungs. We can hear you just fine. We must not keep Melius waiting. So, Group 1 is myself, Sebek, Rosehearts, and Viper. I hope we'll have an enjoyable time. So do I, Melius. I was worried when Sebek started arguing and insisting that he join Melius's group. But honestly, I'm glad he has a proper guard. Do you mean so you don't have to worry about doing it, Jamil? Of course. Melius's safety shall always be my first priority. For my part, I'm interested in broadening my horizons by learning more of the city's history. I did some reading prior to our departure, but that's no substitute for experiencing this place firsthand. What of the rest of you? I certainly have no objections. I think that's a wonderful approach. I was also hoping to learn more about the city. Agreed. I'd like to see the sights and get the real Fleur City experience. Ah, so you're all interested in learning more history. I applaud your mindset. Jeez Louise, I thought this was Group 1, not Group Boring. We could learn a thing or two from them, Grimm. You're interested as well, Kalla? Yep. I want to learn about the history of the city. I mean, I also want to eat the snacks, but, like, both things. There are some spots I could recommend. They impressed me greatly when I saw them years back. They're not for tourists, though, so you won't find them on your maps. Would you like me to show you around? You don't mind? I'd be happy to have you, Professor. Then I believe we have a place to start. Shall we get going? History time. History time. Here we are. I like it. I see we're here to have a lovely walk along the Soleil. I believe we're under one of the bridges that connects the city to Nobel Bell College. I didn't even notice at first there was a pathway when we were on the bridge. This is the entrance to an underground waterway. Ah, underground. As Flam mentioned, the Bell of Solace is the heart of Fleur City. But it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say these waterways are its nervous system. They developed alongside the city itself. Ah, so these are the waterways that run throughout the city. They're all made of stone, just as I read. They look rather old. Oh yes, it's a complex so vast, not even the locals know its entirety. I've read about them as well. They were built so the whole city could use the water from the Soleil. Yes, though that's not their only function. Here's a question for the class. What other historic purpose did these waterways serve? I'm gonna go with escape tunnels, Professor. I can answer that. Don't spoil the fun now. Not everyone did research beforehand, remember? A fine point. Sevek, what do you think the answer is? Huh? You're asking me? I'm in my liege's presence. I absolutely have to get this right. Professor, I request a hint. How gallant. Very well. This isn't the only entrance. There are many hidden throughout the city. Throughout the city, you say? Sevek, the waterways are right in front of you. Enter them and look around for yourself. Yes, sir. It's pleasantly cool in here. There are pathways wide enough for people to walk down on both sides of the water. It's too dark to see much, but I presume the waterways continue for a while. Judging from the wind, there are side passages as well. Ah, it's no use. I feel close, but the answer still eludes me. Go for a swim while you're at it. I wouldn't. Okay, bored now. How about you give up on this stupid question and move on? It's been mere minutes. Give me a little longer. Here's another hint. What would you do if your liege tried to take a walk through here alone? My liege? Alone? Why, I would insist on accompanying him, of course. Who knows what manner of miscreants could be lurking in the shadows waiting to strike? Aha! I have it! Did people used to hide in these waterways? Correct, Sevek. Many tales claim this place served as a hideout for some residents. Not even I know what sorts of people would stay here. But it's quiet and cool down here. Perhaps it was actually comfortable. The literature I read said some residents even referred to the hideouts as court. It's fascinating. Well done, Zigvolt. That little hint spurred your imagination and led you to the correct answer. 'Tis a simple question indeed for a proud guardian of the great Malleus. You had to have 2 hints, Sevek. Actually, 3 hints, including the go and have a look at them yourself hint. Whatever. Even I got it. Even now, these waterways mark the lives of people who are often made invisible by Fleur City's outward prosperity. They're a great way to learn about the area's history. Yes, and I much prefer the quiet here to noisier sections of town. I could spend a rather long while here. Yes, they're not exactly a tourist attraction. The most foot traffic they get is from the occasional local out for a stroll. I happened upon this place when I vacationed here years ago, and it was just as quiet then. It was a great spot to relax after many hours of tiring sightseeing. So this place was really more of a memorable date spot for you and your wife. Yep. My own history is hardly a topic of interest, I assure you. Where did you rest exactly? I'd like to see it myself. I'm interested to hear more about your travel adventures with your wife. This discussion is over. For what reason? Malleus just asked you a question. You owe him a proper answer. True, it could give us a deeper understanding of this place's history. By all means, tell us more. Yeah, I don't think that answer is going to tell you much about this place's history, Riddle. Guys, you should probably drop it. I said the discussion was over. I apologize, I was only engaging in some light banter. I had no idea these three would show such interest in the topic. Ah yes, light banter. With your teacher. Really now, you should know better than to tease your teachers, Viper. Though in the other's case, they all appear entirely earnest. At any rate, let's go back up top. Apologies for making you listen to an old man reminiscing. An apology is hardly warranted. This was quite a novel experience. You know, I just realised it's been unusually quiet. Is Grimm not with us? Oh no, please don't tell me that Grimm has gone for another swim in a river. And now that you mention it, he isn't. Where'd he go? He better not be causing any trouble. Look, there he is on the other side of the bridge. He's standing stock still in front of some building. When did he sneak off? Yeah, Grimm, what are you doing? I mean, at least he hasn't fallen in the water. Like he did that other time. Now see here, Grimm, it is unacceptable for you to make trouble for my liege. What are you looking at, Grimm? Is it food? Red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white. He's not even blinking. What's he muttering? Red, white, 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 red. I can't stop watching this spinny thing. It's making me dizzy. But yeah, as soon as he said spinny, I was like, ah! It's the spinny poles outside the barber's shop. Are you referring to this post right here? That's a barber's pole. They typically indicate a barber shop. I can see staff in white uniforms standing next to old fancy red chairs inside. With all that on top of using a barber's pole in this day and age, they must be a pretty old-fashioned operation. You think so? Barber shops in Briar Valley all look similar to this one. Seeing it rather takes me back. I wonder if my old barber is still faring well. I used to go in twice a month. Twice a month, Sebek. Who needs to go to the barber's that often? How fast does your hair grow? Twice a month? That's a lot of barber visits. My sister only goes once a month for a trim. A proper guard of Malleus's must always be properly groomed. I approve of how immaculate your hair always is, Sigvolt. Many of our students could learn from your example. It's the least I could do in service to such a noble figure. How often did you get your hair cut back home, Jamil? I've been growing my hair out since middle school, so I didn't visit the barber too often. I'd get the ends evened out once every few months at most. It's more work to take care of my hair, though. If anyone here is stringent about their appearance, it's Riddle. What would you do about your hair in the Queendom of Roses? I would go to the barber's once a month. My mother scheduled my appointments for me. Yeah, man, I honestly don't remember the last time I went to a hairdresser's. Then again, I'm kind of pretty terrible with my hair care. I sort of chop the ends off myself. It was always at the same time with the same person, the same cut and style. It's important for everything to look neat and trim. That's why I keep my hair short. I cut it myself when I first came to our school. Truly? Do you still do so? Keita didn't want me doing it for some reason, so now I go to a barber in town just like everyone else. You should probably thank Keita for that. Wow, Thomas, your hair grows really long, huh? Mine doesn't even get to my waist. And I really tried once. Wow, fast hair growth. What about you, Malleus? I would summon my personal hairdresser to the castle. Goodness, that's royalty for you. But I grew tired of how much of a production it was every time. Sometimes I'd ask Lilia to cut my hair while he was doing Silver's. Oh man, they're really into haircuts. I should totally... Your shop's got a poster. What's it say? Elevate your trip by trying a traditional Fleur City hairstyle. Ah, so this shop offers traditional hairstyling for tourists to try. I've seen businesses like that in the Scalding Sands. Really? Can I try one? Grimm? You have fur, not hair. It does say anyone is welcome, so it's possible according to the sign at least. What would constitute a traditional Fleur City hairstyle, though? Weren't tall wigs popular in the Shaftlands years ago? Yes, let's stick a beehive wig on on Grimm. Yes, they were fashionable among the aristocracy, along with faux moles on your face. I believe the townspeople admired the styles and all donned similar wigs on festival days. I don't think that fashion was unique to Fleur City. It was popular in many countries. Okay, Grimm, I talked to the staff. They told me this hairstyle was especially popular in Fleur City back in the day. Jamil, what have you plotted? That looks like wood shavings. Oh, are we giving Grimm drill curls? What's that? Wood shavings. It is wood shavings, wow. In the old days, they would shape these to look like hair and affix them to people's heads. Want to try it? Yeah, right. I ain't dumb. I know nobody would put wood shavings on their head. What better decoration could there be for someone who thinks of naught but eating, sleeping, and frolicking? Oh, yeah? You'd look great with them, Grimm. And you wear them. Here, I'll put some all up in your hair. Come now, it's rude to cause such a commotion in public. If you freshmen don't rein yourselves in, it'll be off with your heads. Pardon the segue, but speaking of commotions... For all the people here, no one seems to realise that the Malleus Draconia is with us. I wonder if that's due to his hat camouflaging his horns. It is doing a good job of camouflaging his horns. Plenty of people are dressed in much flashier ensembles. Perhaps maybe they think the horns are parts of his costume. It's good they don't recognise him, though. I was worried we might draw too many crowds, and then we'd have trouble walking around. Agreed. After all, we can hardly use wood shavings to conceal his horns. Were you just discussing my horns? No! Never. Grimm's pitching a fit. I think that's our cue to move on. We should check the other groups anyway. What will your group be doing next? I was thinking of walking around and learning a bit more about the local culture. Would that be acceptable to everyone? Ah, that's a very useful ability, Thomas. Being able to resize your horns at will. Yeah, that hat really does sort of make them look like part of it, though. It's very concealing. Absolutely. Of course you'd agree to anything that Malleus said, Sebek. What eager students you all are. I'm truly proud. I'm sure I don't need to worry about any of you, but do be careful exploring. Yes, Professor, thank you for joining us. Our time together was most enjoyable, and Kalla, Grimm, I'll see you both later. Because this team still needs to have some time with Rollo, right? Where to next? According to the map, the shopping district is right up ahead. Malleus's face. The white goat, and a small one at that. A goat in the middle of town? It doesn't have a collar either. Does that mean it's wild? Not necessarily, Riddle. Look again, it has a golden earring. It doesn't appear to be wild. Loving the goat noises. Actually, maybe that was more sheep than goats. I'm not sure what the difference is. Oh, you're right. It's friendly, too. It's clearly used to being around people. Do not cozy up to Malleus, goat! Now you're jealous of a goat. This is so pathetic to watch. I wonder if it ran away from its owner. Though a goat is an unusual choice for a pet. That goat is no pet. It's not wild either, mind you. Oh, hello there, Rollo. Are you making your rounds? Just so. I was slightly concerned about how you all were faring. If the goat isn't a pet and it isn't wild, then what is it? It's cared for by the whole city. You might call it a community goat. I've heard of community cats, but never goats. We consider goats to be bringers of good luck here in Fleur City. We treat them with care. They say that if you're kind to one, it will come running to your aid whenever you're in trouble. Ah. You want a goat, Thomas? Yeah. Goats are cute when they aren't trying to eat all of your stuff. Interesting. That fact wasn't in any of the books I read before coming here. They're considered ordinary animals here, the same as cats and dogs. It hardly merits writing about. If they're highly regarded here, then we must be careful in how we treat them. Excited goat noises. It seems to have taken a shine to you, Malleus. Look at the way it follows you around. Yeah, you see, Riddle, I think it's the horns. I think the goat is thinking of Malleus as a fellow goat. How unusual. Most animals tend to be afraid of me. You must be quite fearless, little one. Wait a minute. What is it, Jamil? Nothing. You clearly stopped yourself from saying something. It makes me wonder what you're hiding. I was just thinking. Maybe the goat saw Melius's horns and thinks he's one of them. Jamil has had the exact same thought I had. One of them? Wretched goat, how dare you! You presume to treat my liege as one of your brethren? Your piddly horns are nothing compared to his. Now you're leaping and bounding about. Get back here, you shall pay for your insolence. Don't chase it. What part of "we treat them with care" did you not understand? I apologize for his appalling lack of manners. Look, the goat's hopping just out of Sebek's reach. Is it teasing him? Oh yes, our city goats are rather clever. They also sometimes help local businesses by hauling goods. The smarter they are, the more mischievous they can be. But we love them all the same. It doesn't fear me at all. What an amusing creature. I like it. What? Wretched goat, you must learn your place. Again, you're not in competition with the goat. Yes, Sebek, you're not cute enough to be in competition with the goat. Time certainly flies when you're strolling through the city. I'm curious to see what kind of souvenirs they have here, but we don't have much time before the meet-up. Yes, we can't be late for the rendezvous. Tardiness would be entirely unacceptable. You sound very emphatic about that. Then perhaps you should head to the rendezvous point soon. You'll find plenty of souvenirs in the festival square. Is there anything else you'd like to see before you go? Sebek, what would you like to do? Huh? Me, sire? Yes, I'd like to hear your thoughts as the youngest of our group. Why, I wouldn't dream of asking you to indulge any requests of mine. I don't mind. I was discussing this very thing with Roseheart and Viper while you were chasing the goat. You're a freshman. I'm willing to humour a little self-indulgence on your part. Agreed, so go on, don't be shy. I can tell by the look on your face you have something in mind. Not at all. My interests are the same as all of yours, studying history and... Sebek needs feeding. It's feeding time for the crocodile. That was... now I see. You're hungry. No, I'm really not. It's alright, you know. I'm interested in trying some local foods myself. Yes, it might be nice to experience some of Fleur City's culinary offerings. Flam, are there any good eateries in the area that you would recommend? You want my recommendation? Alright then, come with me. Sorry about this, human. That's Rollo Flam to you. Yes, Sebek, stop calling everyone just human. No, no eating the goat. Goats are not snacks. This place is good for simple local fare. Is it a cafe? I noticed there's a lot of outdoor seating. It's actually a fromagerie, a store that specialises in cheese. Oh, yes. I can see an array of different cheeses inside. Oh, I read about this. Fleur City is famous for its cheese. Is this a well-known store, Rollo? One of the better-known ones, yes. Our city has a great many fromageries. Bread and cheese have been staples of ours for a long while, and nowadays we produce many different types of cheese. This particular establishment also runs a cafe, and their menu is themed around their cheeses. That makes sense. Now that you mention it, I see people sitting outside all have pieces of bread that are loaded with cheese. Well, now that I've gotten you here, I'll be taking my leave. Sorry for the extra trouble, Flam. You have my gratitude, human. Once again, my name is Rollo. Rollo Flam. Do enjoy your time in Fleur City. I'll put in our food and drink orders. Melius, you and everyone else are welcome to have a seat and wait. Cheese. All right, I have our snacks. Wow, it smells amazing. A fresh baked baguette sandwich with ham and cheese. So much cheese, in fact, it's spilling out the sides. I want a croque monsieur now. I'll have one. This is rather nice. I enjoy the richness of the cheese. They said it was goat cheese. There were too many kinds to choose from, so I picked the most popular items on the menu. Again with the goats, They really do love them around here. The cheese is softening from the heat of the baguette. I find it gives it a distinctive lingering aftertaste. Yes, it has a nice depth of flavour and pairs well with the saltiness of the ham. You know, one would never be able to truly appreciate this without sampling it firsthand, even if they had all the knowledge in the world. Hands-on experiences are most intriguing. I wonder if Lilia had this same sandwich when he visited Fleur City. I should thank him for encouraging me to come on the trip. So this sandwich has cheese made from cow's milk as well as grape compote. By all means, try it. Ah, the grapes again. Certainly, just as soon as I have a drink. What's this? The coffee you gave me is rather sweet. It has milk in it as well. Did you perhaps... Yeah, better. I see. Sebek has his coffee with milk and sugars. Yes, I must have your coffee. I assume you accidentally switched them. My apologies, sir. Oh, you take your coffee with milk and sugar, Sebek. I merely happened to be in the mood for it, is all. It's not like I can't stand black coffee or anything. Chill, Sebek. Chill. I don't even like coffee with milk and sugar. It's still too bitter for me. Personally. Why are you so defensive? It's nothing to be embarrassed about. People have different tastes, you know. But you get hung up on the strangest things. Not everything has to be a point of pride. Jamil's right. In fact, there was an incident just recently where you dug your heels in over a matter of personal pride during a club meeting, and I would prefer if you refrained from discussing my blunders in Melius's presence. Actually, I'd like to hear this, Rosehearts. I'm most curious to know what Sebek is like normally. You have it all wrong, my liege. I always comport myself in a way that befits my status as your guard. I'll content myself with knowing that you're bonding with people from outside Briar Valley. It's reassuring. Oh, Malleus, such kind words. Are you crying? His cheese is unusually salty. Those are your tears. Let's finish up and move on, shall we? We still have much of the city to enjoy. Alright. The riddle card has arrived. Because we are done with this part of the story. Let's go pick up the riddle. Nice pose.
交流会のことは僕に任せるといい。学園の代表としての正しい振る舞いを見せてあげようじゃないか。
Alright. Well, we're done for now then. So that'll be the end of today's stream then. Looking forward to the next part. So, thank you very much for coming. It's been fun. I still can't believe I got Idia in like less than 10 pulls. How did that even happen? Alright, if you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked below. The streaming schedule is posted both over on social media and here on YouTube in the community tab. And the next scheduled stream is Sunday, 2 PM for more Either Somnium files. Hope to see you then or another time. Do Malleus like that. I don't think I can get quite that lucky twice in a row, Thomas. Anyway, thanks again for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya! Bye bye!